With a new year comes new trends, and that includes trends in the food world. Can you believe it? Registered dietitian Andrea Holwegner is here to fill us in on a few food trends for 2015. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me. This is always an exciting topic for the nutrition geeks out there. How does this happen?
How do we get into trends?
I don't know.
Where does this come from? Because these aren't new foods necessarily, but all of a sudden they just kick into our psyche a little bit more.
They do, and I think, top chefs and, food manufacturers start seeing what people are purchasing more or talking about more, and hence we've got strange-looking root vegetables as one of the key things.
What's the big pitch here?
I think, last year, of course, we saw so much cauliflower, and kale still was like, for 2 years, I think, was trending. So this year, I'm expecting that we're going to see more root vegetables.
Okay.
And so obviously, your carrots are not, new to us, but you're seeing more of the heirloom styles, the purples and the yellow, strange colored carrots, your celery roots, your rutabagas, turnips, parsnips. And then one of my faves, actually, is kohlrabi, which is a very strange-looking vegetable.
Is that something that we grow here?
You can grow it here, absolutely. My aunt grows it right on her farm, and so you just peel it, and you can eat it just as almost like a raw vegetable.
Really?
You can roast it with a little olive oil. You can make
What's it taste like, if you don't mind me asking?
It's kind of I would say it's sort of in between cabbage, but the texture of a carrot.
Okay.
There you go. So give it a go.
And we might see more of this in restaurants as well, just as different types of garnishes and just more color and just a different style.
You bet.
Tea. My co-anchor Amber Schinkel loves her green tea, and we're seeing more and more of this everywhere.
You bet. And when Starbucks gets into the tea business, and then of course we're seeing brands like your David's tea popping up all over. So lots of tea trending, particularly matcha tea as a green tea. And what they do with matcha tea is they grind those leaves into a very, very fine powder. And so you get more of those green tea benefits in consuming a matcha style tea.
And do you think we'll see more, more flavors, more styles when it comes to tea?
Just more emphasis on tea in your local coffee shops, and then of course just tea shops popping up everywhere. We know tea is great for you, so
that's true. And I was going to segue, because you have one item on this side that you weren't sure if you should put it in tea. So start with that one. What is that going on there?
So my third nutritional trending area is in fermented foods, and the kombucha tea is something you're definitely seeing more of. I've seen these popping up not only in just your grocery stores, of course, health food stores for years.
And what is it?
And kombucha tea is what they do is they take a black or a green tea, they put a little bit of sugar into it, and then they feed bacteria and yeast, and it starts to ferment that food. And what we know about fermented foods is that they're really good for digestive health.
Okay.
So we've heard lots about probiotics traditionally in yogurts, or if you think about just generally good, healthy bacteria in the gut. Fermented foods, we know, actually really do have more of that, and that's why we're seeing more. Do you drink
that tea hot or cold?
You just drink it just cold.
Cold.
Just like that.
And this one is a particular favorite of yours and your family anyway.
It is.
This is like drinking yogurt.
It's
straight up.
Kefir is an interesting food because, you've heard for years yogurt is so good in probiotic function. We know kefir is like off the charts, way higher in probiotics, and certainly something interesting to try. It's like a drinkable yogurt drink would be the way I would describe the taste, but it's got a little bit of fizz to it because of the effervescence.
And it's good for you?
It's good for you. All of those healthy bacteria.
You're saying your kid likes it?
Strong. My 4-year-old loves it. He requests kefir regularly.
And can you find that anywhere?
Every major grocery store, health food store, absolutely.
Anything on the table here that maybe you're just thinking about that we'll start seeing more and more of throughout 2015?
The fermented foods, the ugly, sort of strange-looking root veggies, tea would be the definite top things. And I think overall, as a nutritional trend, we're just seeing simple ingredients. We're seeing fresh, we're seeing local, we're seeing more organic focus. And I think those are all really great steps in the right direction.
Things to see, for sure.
For health of us, the health of the planet, everything.
Great having you in as always. Thanks so much for coming in. Have a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. If we don't see you before then, for more information, head to healthstandnutrition.com.